Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Gimme Back My Horror Movies, the podcast. I am your host, Charlie, and with me, as always, is Nate. Say hello to the people, Nate.
Hi, everybody. This is Nate talking, just in case nobody ever knew my voice.
No one knows when it's you. I literally have just all these little audio clips that I clip together for everything of yours. So it sometimes is Nate when he's talking.
This is a Nate keyboard. How are you?
And over here, rubbing his head because he agreed to be a floating co host on the show, we brought Pete back. Say hello, Pete.
Good evening, everyone. I'm back. Much to Charlie's chagrin, I think.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
disappointed.
Nate keeps the bit going alive. I love it.
Uh,
Yeah, this is probably the most excited of the entire episode you're going to hear, Charlie, tonight. As everyone can see, it's Pete's pick. We decided, hey, let's put a little Pete flavoring on this show. And I immediately regret it. It was way too spicy.
I have no
Oh.
regrets. I got to have a lovely dinner with Pete and then
Yeah.
a lovely tension-filled night of watching this movie with him.
I feel like I should have been the one to be wined and dined for this movie, not you, Nate.
Next time we will mail you some dinner. That's what we'll do.
Just a
Or
little
we'll
cheese.
do DoorDash, but do it to your address.
Well, that's
Can
not
you
a
do-
bad idea.
Can you DoorDash a charcuterie board to me? I'll make the board. They just need to bring me the stuff to put on the board.
And of course, you have plenty of axes to cut that cheese.
Well, there's nothing else to cut cheese with, is there? You
No,
have to have a
no.
cheese axe.
You've got your cheese axe, you got your kitchen axe, you got your van axe. Yeah, all the
sausage
axes.
axe, all the
Sausage
axes, man.
axe.
I wanted an axe in my head last night, but that's okay. We'll get
Oh,
into
I just
that
don't
here in a little
understand
That's
bit.
it.
rough.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
tough. Oh, okay.
Can't wait to deep dive.
Here we go.
Ah,
This is going to
yeah.
be fun.
So, as everyone can see, I'm going to continually point out Pete's pick tonight is a
Yeah.
movie from 2009, Korean movie called Thirst. And when Pete sends me something, normally I not normally, I do try to go in as open-minded as I can. He is, sent some stuff across or recommended a few things, and I'm like, I dig it. I like this. Okay, that was weird, Pete, but I dig it. This one, I have no words for. I went into this. He sent it over to me, and I went, "Is this Korean Twilight?" And he goes, "How dare you besmirch a cinematic greatness?" And I let it go.
I agree with that. How
I
dare
let
you?
I let it go. But upon reviewing our conversation, because I had to reference our conversation, and I'll explain that in a minute. He never said no. He never said it's not. And
It's
my
so much
spider
more.
senses were already tingling, and I was fooled. So why don't you tell us a little bit about why you picked this movie real quick, Pete? Let's
Oh,
start there.
Because I wholeheartedly love this film. I think it's a masterpiece of Asian horror. It has grossness. It has some really fantastic practical effects. It's got some of that wire foo going on. It plays loosey goosey with European vampire lore because there really aren't vampires in Asian culture. They kind of sort of are, but traditionally vampires don't really exist for whatever reason in Asian countries. It's definitely a European thing. And I think it's a beautifully shot film. It is an arty film to a degree because of a lot of the shots and how things were set up. It is a thick movie. There's a lot of meat on this bone. So there's layers upon layers of storylines and things to really, I think it's got a rewatchability that is hard to beat. There's a lot to digest in this movie, and I just love every minute of it. It's horrifying and comical at times, and terrifying at other times, and really, really uncomfortably sexy at other times. So I think it's a full package, and I just absolutely adore this film.
I'm glad you brought up that last part because there was a second question I asked when you broached this movie to me was I watch this with my wife. This is usually our date nights, and
Oh no!
I'm like,
Ooh.
is this like okay, appropriate to watch with my wife? And I understand you may not know what type of movies we watch at home. We don't watch this kind, and
Understood.
Oh.
so
Oops.
so as I was saying that I had to reevaluate our conversation was when my wife gave me the ultimate death stare during the uber long sexy time
Yeah.
of when I asked, "Is this porn?" and you went, "There's nudity and there's stuff in it."
I
And
thought it was very tasteful. It would be underneath the art section on Pornhub.
Agreed.
you know,
Well, there also would be another subcategory called very wet drowned man put in it as well. That's a new
Ew.
category on their
Uh-huh.
website that you're not really ready
you,
for.
you guys are kind of jumping the shark early for me tonight. I have some stuff prepared.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're gonna have to readdress, and I'm sure we will as we get into this movie. But no, I had to prove to my wife that I did ask these questions of Pete, to when I discovered he didn't clearly answer any of them. for me.
I will apologize for that. That I was trying to think of the gore with your wife, and I
Gore we love.
Glossed over.
glossed over the absurd amount of nakedness in it.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and go that I'm wondering if you guys watched a different movie than me because this did not do anything for me gore wise. No, nothing. The blood splatter spitting out of a dude like he's puking or
Oh,
slitting throats.
I love the blood
that
splatters.
was
I love the flute.
Mhm.
Just having blood fill up a flute as he's playing it. Blech.
it did nothing for me. I was like, at the beginning, I was like, oh, okay. I love the pressure behind blood. I do love that it shtick in a lot of Asian movies and it's carried over into some more modern films. Tarantino loves to push it. Anytime someone gets cut, everyone in the room gets sprayed. And I love that. This one didn't do it for me. I'm really trying hard tonight to not completely shit on this movie.
We broke Charlie.
We did.
You
we broke
did.
Charlie.
You did. And I went to bed last night rolling over in my brain of how I was going to approach this. And there's so much more we're going to talk about. And I feel, I'll tell you what, we're going to play a trailer, which was the first hurdle I had in this movie. It's Korean. It's not dubbed either. It's only subtitled.
Mhm.
And so I had to dig deep to figure out how to make this watchable or listenable. Watchable. I wish I could figure out how to make it watchable too. But how do I make this come across on a podcast? I did find a dub, but it was only for the female side. So it's kind of weird how they did it.
Very
But
interesting to hear.
just it's kind of wild, but I feel like this is the best thing for the show just to get this kind of the feel of the movie across. That's the biggest thing. This kind of describes the movie in a nutshell. So here we go with the trailer for Thirst.
일종의 전염병인데 무섭지요.
You're impossibly fast and strong.
키스로 전염된 게 아니라는 건 확실해요. 난 태어나서 한 번도 키스해본 적이 없으니까.
Your skin is pale white and ice cold. Your eyes change
Wait a
color.
minute, you son of a bitch.
And sometimes you speak like you're from a different time.
주 예수 그리스도의 이름으로 저에게 다음과 같은 것을 허락하소서.
You never eat or drink anything. You don't go out in the sunlight. How old are you?
You did not watch the right movie. It's the only trailer where I'm going to talk through.
How long have you been 17?
사지가 절단된 환자와 같이 네 마음대로 움직일 수 없게 하시오.
I know what you are.
This is the best part.
저를 지옥 속에 있게 하소서.
Vampire.
뱀파이어는 불사의 존재가 아니에요.
You just let the venom spread. I could be like you by now.
그래도 내 피를 원하십니까?
I want you. Always. I'm dying. Already. Every
You're
second
hurting my
I get
soul
closer.
over here. That's what you're doing.
Mulder,
I can take it.
같이 가. 내가 이 지옥에서 데리고 나가줄게요.
I dream about being with you forever.
As a Twilight fan,
Well-
I am
well done, sir.
insulted.
Well done, sir. Well done.
That's literally the most of Twilight I've ever watched, and it was worth every
minute.
second of it. I literally cut all the girl out of the trailer and went, And this is both mine and my wife's idea, where we were, at first I was going to play the Benny Hill music because I was going to say this was all that was running through my brain during the movie. But I was like, we're going to cut it with Twilight because this son of a bitch made me watch Twilight, but in Korea. So,
Oh no, it's so there's layers here.
God,
Layers.
so wrong. It is not. It is not that surface
Uh,
tension Twilight, that shallow, horrible teeny. This is not a movie for teenagers by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh,
This is not
shit.
a movie for a Charlie.
And
No.
I don't know how you can compare it to Twilight. It's not for teenagers. It's not
Okay.
really a love story. It's a falling down story. It's a story about
It's not a love story. That's a lot of love in this story.
it's a lust story is what it is.
Yes,
it's
It's
definitely
succumbing
lust.
to carnal emotions, and it's turning your back on the church. It's so
Animalistic,
much.
like-
Yes.
I am not the only one that made this parallel, because Charlie did actually research to find out if I was alone. Because when I read the reviews on IMDb, I went, these people are smoking crack when they put 8 and 9 stars on it. And then I dug deeper into the interwebs outside of IMDb, and other people like me are going, what did I watch? This is the director of Old Boy. What
Mhm.
in the
Oh, yeah.
world am I watching right now? And that was me the whole time. I'm going, this guy did Old Boy. What's going on? What is he doing? And it's
He was
I'm
telling
sorry.
a story, is what he was doing.
A story that has a director's cut that's even longer that
Ye-
I really want to see, but it's only been released, I think, in Korea.
yeah,
Korea and India, I think is
Yeah,
what
it's
it
like an
was.
additional like 20 minutes. I would love to know what that pass.
You do
Okay.
both, man.
You guys are, so they're saying an additional 20 minutes on top of 2 hours and 14 minutes that the runtime of this movie is.
I'm down.
Because I know this because as we're watching it at about an hour 45, both me and my wife went, it's still going. Why will it not end?
Oh.
And it would get to a point where you're like, oh, 5 more minutes, it's gonna stop. And it wouldn't stop. And I looked it up. As the only time, I will say this, I did not look at my phone the entire time until I looked up the time. I truly wanted to know why you brought this movie onto the show. So I was all in. I was there. I was watching it, reading it, and but I was until the credits finally rolled, where we both went, "Thank Christ, it's done. I'm going to bed." I had to cleanse my brain so much that I've had Tubi on all day in my shop. I picked one movie and I just said, screw it, Tubi, you tell me what's next. And I've let it go, and I have had a glorious day in the shop scrubbing my brain. And I'm talking like, I shared it in the group. I was watching Slaughter High, which rolled
That's
into
fun.
Galaxy
Nice.
of Terror, which is
Oh, that's
Roger
fun.
Corman.
Oh God, that's got a horrible rape scene in it.
And
You're okay with that though?
there's a rape scene in this movie.
No, there isn't.
No.
No, this was all enthusiastic,
This is
consensual
all
sex.
consent.
In the tent
Now-
at the end.
Okay, that's true,
Okay.
but there's a very good reason he
I
did
feel
that.
like that was a setup, though.
I feel like there
apologize.
was
You're
a
right.
I feel like there's a better way
There
he
was a
could have
sexual
done it
assault. We should say that.
without. That's still rape, Nate. She was unwilling
True.
and
It's true.
screamed. And I know why he did it, and I'm sure we'll get to it because it's at the end. But I have another way to fix that, and they didn't need to do that. So we're not doing Galaxy of Terror on the show tonight. We are doing Thirst. But anyway, I've had it on Tubi all day just to try and help my brain heel. Nate, let's go ahead and give you some spotlight real quick. Do we have a 3-sentence synopsis?
We do.
Fantastic. Let me know when you are ready and I'll hit the button.
Ready. It's the age-old story of a priest meeting a girl, turning into a vampire and drinking coma victims' blood, then finding himself in the bad graces of an in-law.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all that stuff that happens in this movie, and I
I
think
summed
that
it up.
pretty much.
Instead of that like fierce music though, I needed some whimsical, flowery
I'm sorry. I
music.
should have
I should have
had
told
something
you.
better.
I should have prepared you.
I know, man. I could have
needed
had
some
something.
summertime charm.
You got to you got to message me earlier where it's like, Charlie, I'm feeling whimsical tonight, and I will have something ready to go.
Tonight's whimsical. Tomorrow is fierce.
I mean, I might be able to fix it in post, but at this point, we've talked about it too much, and I'm not going to edit it.
Don't
That's
don't
fair.
mess with it. Don't mess with it.
Don't.
As everyone should probably figure out by now, Charlie's going to take a little bit of a back seat this episode. I will chime in when pertinent, but I am going to let these two maniacs. They thought I was going to use a different M word, but that's okay. But these two maniacs gush about this movie that has me literally scratching my head the entire time. And I will just chime in when things where I'm like, that dog right there that Pete has as his co-host in the show. It's fine. We all live in homes.
It's our fourth host.
That's our fourth host.
All right, we finally got one.
I'm sure they slept through the movie, so it's fine. I wish I had.
They like to sit next to me during that movie. It was delightful.
Who wants to talk a little bit about the director? Let's go ahead and get that going.
I feel like Pete should, because I have only seen this movie now and Old Boy by
Yeah.
this director.
Same.
This is Park Chan-wook. He's a Korean director. He's an auteur. He makes very artful films, including Old Boy, the Vengeance trilogy, which includes Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, and Lady Vengeance. That there is action horror at its best.
Is that the one you sent me a clip of to watch the other night?
No, that was The Villainous.
The Villainous.
Yeah, that's a movie I haven't seen yet. It's on my way from library is getting it for me. That is an action movie with the female lead in Thirst. So she's the gal that was doing the hardcore Harry at the very beginning.
Yes.
And if I read correctly, that's that beginning is just a bit they did at the beginning. It's not the entire film. No,
Okay.
no.
Well, we're digressing, but this
Right,
is again.
right.
Pete sends something to Charlie. Charlie
You
will
check it
watch
out.
it.
Yeah.
I really will.
And
And I
and-
will. The girl, the lead in this, I like her, and we'll get to that later in the movie of why I like her so much in this.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She's probably
Mhm.
the only one I really actually cared about watching in this movie. I'm sure all of them are great actors. It's nothing about that. There's just something about the way she did what she did. I actually did like, and I mentioned it to my
Yeah.
wife about it. So
She was having a ball in this movie. She clearly was enjoying her role in this film. But anyway, back to Park Chan-wook. So again, Park Chan-wook, he did Old Boy. Stoker, he also did, Stoker. It's has something to do with Bram Stoker, and I haven't seen it. I've seen a trailer for it, and I kind of haven't put two and two together. It looks beautiful. He's also done Snowpiercer, which is Chris
The movie
Evans
or
was in
the-
it.
Oh, the movie. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
the
aware
film.
of that one. Yeah.
He directed Snowpiercer, which I think that's also another American film,
It is.
It
and
is.
then
but it was heavily influenced in Korea as well. It was a co-production or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think the TV show is actually being done in England or something now.
I think
There's a
they've already had
television
one
show.
or two seasons with it.
Two seasons, I
Snowpiercer's
think, are done.
phenomenal.
Okay.
That's an
It-
excellent movie.
And that's a wild movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's trying to make heads or tails of that till you get to the very end of it is kind of insane. but
Again, par for the course for
no,
this director and the storyteller.
I'm not comparing it to this movie though.
And then the other thing you haven't seen, I'm quite certain, and maybe this is something Nate and I will watch. That we need to go watch The Handmaiden one of these days, Nate. This isn't The Handmaiden's Tale. This is The Handmaiden.
I'm down for it. I'm
Oh
down for
boy.
whatever.
Oh boy, you thought this one was sexy. You thought Thirst was sexy. Oh my goodness.
That word has never come out of my mouth, Pete.
Handmaiden is steamy, but it's kind of The Handmaiden is kind of like a Rashomon movie where the story is told from 3 different perspectives. It's
Okay.
a really fascinating way to tell a movie, and it's very, very well done. Again, very steamy. So those are some of the things he's done. I haven't seen anything from him that isn't brilliant. I just love his direction, the way he tells a story. So anytime I see, and he doesn't do a lot. He usually takes a couple years off between films because he doesn't need to. He can just do a movie whenever he wants to.
I
Most of
want
his
to
films
wash
are
my brain.
successful enough that he doesn't
Yeah.
need the money.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I take a couple years off, then I come back, drop another masterpiece, and then I dip out. That's what I'm going to do.
That's what he does.
Was this
And-
one that he wrote during his off time? Because that's kind of how I feel right now.
This is actually a film based on a French novel, and Therese Raquin, and I don't know anything about it. I haven't read it, but it's based on this. My guess is it's loosely based because I don't. The novel was printed in the late 1800s, so I don't know if it was vampire related back then. But I think being French, there's definitely there's a tryst involved somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm sure of that.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Well, one of the things that I was happy that you picked this because it's been on my list for a while because I remember the cover being very intriguing. But I also just don't know much when it comes to Asian horror movies in general. Like I've seen Train to Busan, and that might be it. Like I just don't know much. I've never seen I Saw the Devil. I've never seen The Host. Not for a lack of not wanting to. It's just trying to find the time when there's a million things out, and also it's just finding the time to want to like sit down and read a movie, like heavily focus, not just put something on in the background because you can't watch a movie like this in the background. You know.
No, these type of movies are not background movies.
Yeah,
No.
this is a very engaging movie.
These
yeah,
are you gotta have like a light off, and you're
Mhm.
in the zone the whole time.
yeah, phone
you know?
off, light off. Yeah,
Yep, exactly.
make some time for The Host. That's genuinely a great film.
I think the most I've delved into is I've watched the Netflix series, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, where they're in the apartment building that becomes possessed, and it's just an insane amount of like how many different creatures and demons can we throw at people? And Jackie and I were watching that, all subtitled. It was interesting,
Ooh.
bloody. Sludge turned me
Oh.
on to it.
You'll have to give us the name.
Yeah, I gotta know what that is. That's the
Well,
most-
you guys talk, and I'll look it up. And
yeah,
I'll
that
let
wasn't
everyone
Tokyo
know.
Vampire
Good.
Hotel, was it? Because
No,
that's
it
really
wasn't
good.
that.
That's Sion Sono. We'll get to that director at a later date.
The
So
next time you're allowed to pick a movie.
no. I understand
Pete's
what has happened
grounded.
here. No.
Pete's
Now
grounded.
Now listen. I understand that I have offended our evil overlord, even though I think he's insane for not liking this movie. But
Same.
I have chosen a movie the next time I'm allowed to pick that you will be very, very happy with. I assure you.
Well, everyone tune in 2023 when I let Pete pick
Well, if you
another
keep-
movie.
If you keep grounding your hosts, you're not going to have anybody
Yeah,
left,
then
man.
what's gonna happen?
I just say you're grounded from picking, not participating.
Oh, okay, that's
It's-
fair. That's fair.
Oh,
So I
so
was really excited to like actually sit down and watch this, and I was just attached to the screen the whole time. But I didn't realize like this is gonna be very hard to cover on a podcast
Yeah.
because I didn't write any notes because I had to watch the movie. You know, like typically like anything else I can watch, look down, keep jotting down because I've seen the movies before or whatever. And, you know, I'm not losing focus. Like ADHD mind is losing its mind if I try to do that with like a movie like this. It would not work. You know, I'd have a meltdown. But just God, the movie's fantastic.
Yeah,
Like it's so haunting and so like beautiful, and just haunting is the only word I can come up with.
it,
Real quick, I've got the name of that show for everyone. It's called Sweet Home, and it's on Netflix.
oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna write that down.
that's in my queue somewhere. So thank you.
Watch it.
I
Watch it.
will for sure. So the actor, if you're into any sort of Asian horror at all, you'll recognize the actor as Song Kang-to. He was in Parasite. He was also in Snowpiercer, The Host, and he was the lead in Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, which is part of that Old Boy Vengeance trilogy.
Yeah.
He's been in a bunch, and he's really good. He was really good in Parasite. If you haven't seen it, that's another
Parasite's phenomenal.
borderline horror movie, probably more like a thriller is
It's
a better way to say that. And
horror
it's
movie for people that are not into horror movies.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
That's
It's
what it is. Like it's not a traditional horror movie, but there is some frightening stuff and just
mhm.
tension. And I
It's
mean tension that you are on the edge of your seat, sweating,
I mean,
waiting
I'm
to see
gonna
what was
go
going to
ahead
happen.
and say this movie did not click anything for horror for me
interesting.
watching it.
Okay, well,
It did not come across. I don't know how. I'm
He
like,
has a really good idea of how to break this down in
well, yeah.
three different acts.
I am totally down for a
Well,
breakdown. No, it's all good. This is kind of odd. We're kind of weighing heavy on Pete tonight because if I talk about this, no one's going to go watch the movie, and I'm sure Pete wants everyone to go watch the movie, and I'm over here going, don't go watch the movie. It's a trap.
if you're
It-
if you're into this thing, if you can get well, okay, let's get to all that later. What I'd like to do tonight, and I know this isn't the show to go scene for scene, and I'm certainly not going to do that tonight. But
no,
I would like to.
not for a 2-hour movie.
No. I do want to break this movie up into 3 acts, though.
Perfect. I think that's a great way to do it.
The third act being the shortest because I think we're just going to dive into the batshit craziness of that third act.
Yes.
Which is once she starts turning into a vampire, shit hits the fan and it gets really, really awesome.
Spoiler alert if you guys were really interested in going and watching this. So
Yeah.
just say that now.
So I'm just gonna had I watched this a couple weeks early and really gotten this around, I would have done a 6-minute synopsis like I do over on the other podcast.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So what I'd like
you-
to do is I'd like to quickly synopsize Act 1. We can talk about it a little bit. Maybe you got some questions.
Sure.
We'll
lot.
hop on to Act 2, do the same thing, and then Act 3. It's just going to be like, okay, game on. What
down.
the hell happens in this last act?
I'm down.
So, because there really is a lot to chew on. There's a lot of meat on this bone. It's very, very thick. There's a lot of since there are some unusual to our ears names, it's kind of hard to follow that, and that can get frustrating for a lot of folks that don't watch a lot of especially Asian movies. You're not used to these names.
Mhm.
And I'm not as familiar with Korean names, but it's something you need to get used to.
Yeah, I definitely would not be able to pronounce anyone's names like without sounding like a total idiot. Like
Well,
I'll admit it.
I'm going to screw them up
But
also.
it's
So
easy to read them and
fair
go,
warning.
okay, I'm picking up on who's who.
Right. So in Act 1, what happens? We have a Catholic priest with the name of Sang Hun. He volunteers for an experimental vaccine for the Emmanuel virus, which is basically Ebola. You pretty much melt from the inside. You create boils on your skin. You
Get
start bleeding from the
disgusting
eyes and ears. It
blisters.
is, and Charlie, you're saying you don't see anything horrific. The results of this disease by itself, as he experiences it throughout the movie, is awful because this shit kind of happens. That maybe not to this extreme, but it does happen, and that's horrific.
I won't say the actual disease is not horrific, but it didn't do anything for me as far as on film. And also, I'm sure you're going to bring it up. This only affects Caucasians and Asians. this one in the movie. They
Yeah, yeah,
specifically
it's real
say that.
weird. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
they really
like
do at the very beginning. They
I
really do.
felt like when they were talking about like how it's weird that it only affects men, I was like, oh, like this is clearly the vampire. Like I already know this is a vampire movie, so the vampire is plaguing this town. Only to find out that's not the case. It's the
No,
actual disease. The vampirism comes from an oopsie.
which
Yes.
I'm confused on. I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead and throw this out here.
Uh,
Until, I don't know, almost to the end of the movie, I had no idea how the heck he even got this thing.
yeah, yeah. So
Oh, it's
he
brilliant.
the priest takes this, like I say, he takes this experimental drug that's supposed to help cure EV, the Emmanuel virus. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. As he is dying, the doctors give him a transfusion, which does not help, and he dies anyway. But as they're pulling the uh, as they're pulling the sheet over his head to pronounce him dead, they can see him still breathing. And bing, it's a miracle. He's still alive.
Especially with him being a priest. So now it's like, wow, this is a man of God who has
Correct.
It
died and come back to life.
to
Yes.
But
give credit where credit's due on this though, it wasn't that he was breathing, he was praying. He was
yes,
audibly praying
he was oddly
after they
praying as they were
pulled.
putting the cloth on him.
Yeah, the
And
cloth
Hmm.
drops and he's dead, and then they hear prayers.
Good
You're
call.
thinking it's like a voiceover because the way he filmed it, because it's further away until you see all the doctors lean over him,
they're
and then you
gasping like, oh,
realize, yeah, he
and
came
like
back to life.
and when he comes back to life, they have him all bandaged up to cover all of his boils and blisters
Yeah,
and like
Invisible Man
It's
yeah,
syndrome is
they
totally.
what I call
definitely
it.
did.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You can
But
even
like
see yellow spots where the boils are, where the gack or goo has seeped through. Blech.
And there's parts where he's wearing a hat, and I'm like, "Oh, we
Yeah,
get it.
totally.
You like the Invisible Man. I understand."
but like the reason why he's a vampire is that blood transfusion. That's what saved his life.
Right.
It was the blood of a vampire, which means there was a vampire that went to a blood bank just to mess
And
with
donated
people.
blood.
Yeah, like this would be
That
a real
had to be
funny
a
way.
pretty that had to be a pretty dank blood bank, Nate,
Uh,
to not be able to screen out vampire blood that literally goes into his body for like 0.56 of a second, because it literally goes, "Let's try it." Beep, and he dead. I mean, the blood barely touched his vein, and then he comes back to life. That's where I got lost. I was like,
mhm.
how did this was it because at first I was like, was it the vaccine? It was experimental. It was, did it mix with his blood? Did it mix with something in him? And he was the only one, because 50 people died, but everyone kept
Yep.
saying he was the survivor of 500.
That's yeah. That got lost in translation. That was
Yeah,
weird.
I think that was a
I
lost in
I think
translation
either it got
moment.
lost in translation, or it was they were trying to emphasize how something usually innocuous happens and then people blow it out of proportion
Mhm. Mm,
as it goes. So now it's like, oh, it wasn't
right.
50, it
Right.
was
500.
500.
That's a
You
good
know,
call. Yeah.
I watched the movie, guys.
I know
I
you did.
Oh
really,
yeah,
Thank you
I
for
know.
that.
I
really
could tell.
did. I watched this movie.
So one thing you need to understand about Asian horror, especially Japanese horror, is they don't always explain themselves, and they don't need to. Things like The Grudge, shit just happens. Shit's haunted. You're screwed. There's no explanation for some of this. So the the lack of an explanation for where this vampire blood came from is not unusual in this kind of genre. It just accept it. It just happened.
I don't know if I can do that though, Pete. I mean, I
Yeah, that's
understand the
that's part of
first
what I
part
like
that you
about it.
said was they don't explain stuff, like if it's a spirit, which is predominantly what J horror is possession, spirits, demons that, are attacking. This one needed a little bit of
You
explanation.
wanted a little more
Just
science, though. Okay.
just
Hmm.
something.
Yeah.
Even for it could have been a simple, okay, the guy's on his way, let's cut back to the lab. They have a blood sample. Obviously, they would have took one, and they realized that it's like, healing itself almost. There's no sign of the virus, anything to tell me, oh, it's in his blood. Okay, I get it now. It wasn't the vaccine. Or mix the vaccine part to it. there was something in that blood. Maybe it wasn't directly vampirism, but when it mixed with the vaccine in his body, we have now created a vampire.
But that would take away from the impact of him surviving. He gets like a little following. Like everyone is. This is a man of God that is so close to God now.
But I'm saying
like,
this is all like supposition for us. Not so much that that's what happens in the movie. It's just explain it to us. Everyone can still say he's a miracle, because what lab would want to let it out that they created a vampire? So they'll just let it go
that would
out.
just take away from the horror of accidentally getting vampire blood if you get a blood transfusion. Now I got to worry about that. That's on my list.
That
You
would
know what
only
else is on my list. Toilet bomb. That's on my list. There's weird things I got to worry about. Crocodiles, alligators,
quicksand, piranha.
Yeah,
quicksand has never been as much of a problem as I thought it was going to be when I was 12.
Exactly.
I got to
still a problem.
But okay, this is what happens when you're on our show, Pete. We're going to digress over here.
No, this is great. This is exactly what I wanted to happen as we're.
I want you to imagine Nate as Troy, where he's got this childlike wonder of I love this movie, and I get to be Kathleen going, "This is shit, Pete. Why did you make me watch this movie?"
I'm in familiar territory here for sure.
Poor Pete.
I almost thought this was on purpose. I was like, is he doing this for a reason? Like, is this really a bad movie, but he's making me think it's good?
No. You asked me on because you wanted to see some weird shit. Boom, here you go. So,
not the direction of weird I wanted to go, Pete.
Well, I will steer it in a different direction the next time you let me pick a movie.
I got to work on that employee handbook.
I know, right. HR is coming down hard on me, I'm sure. So he survives, and like Nate said, the word gets out, and being a Catholic priest, desperate folks with sick, dying loved ones come to him and are trying to, like, they just want to touch him or have him pray over
want a miracle
them.
work.
They want him to work a miracle on their loved ones, which is heart-wrenching and heartbreaking. And he can't do anything really because this is,
even he doesn't understand.
Yeah, he doesn't understand it either.
Why he was the one that got to live, and like he'll literally be in a meeting and there'll be people pounding on the window, like trying to get to him.
And that's where we meet Mrs. Ra. Now, Mrs. Ra made her way as Sang Hoon is entertaining a group of kids, and she bursts in through a window and says, "Please pray over my son." And being right in front of a bunch of people, he can't refuse. He's also kind of a pushover, and he really, really genuinely is a good man, and he really wants to do good. He volunteered for this because he wanted to help the world, and it backfired on him. So he agrees to pray over her son, Kang Woo, who is in the hospital dying from something, I don't know.
Cancer is what they said. It
was it cancer? Yeah, I missed that.
I can't remember if they said it was an esophagus type cancer or something.
That does sound right.
Yeah. Again, Charlie watched the movie, everyone.
Well done. I was just having Google eyes for the whole thing because I just love it so much. He prays over him, and somehow, and I don't think this is magical, but for some reason he gets healed. And finds out that Mrs. Ra and Kang Woo are childhood friends. Or sorry, Mrs. Ra is the mother of Kang Woo. Kang Woo and Sang Hoon. I'm trying here real hard, gang.
So we can also go at this like, I appreciate we're trying to say the names. We can say the mother, the son, the priest, and the wife.
Okay,
I mean,
if you prefer, if that's easier than we can do that.
A little easier.
All right. So Mrs. Ra, the matriarch,
yes,
her son, Kang Woo, the son, it was childhood friends with the priest, Sang Hoon. So we'll just say priest, son, and Mrs. Ra. Okay. So they find out that they were childhood friends. Oh, yeah, we remember you. And Mrs. Ra invites the priest over for a game of mahjong and dinner, I think, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was a get-together, basically.
It was a get-together with other friends.
All about the mahjong, though.
It's basically like a poker night.
Right, exactly. And mahjong is very much
in
poker.
American culture. This is a poker night.
Exactly, with money and
yeah,
taunting and people
laughing,
getting pissed off and all sorts of shit.
And we
Yeah.
kind of realize that the son doesn't have the best relationship with his wife.
This is where we meet Taiju.
Yes.
Taiju is the adopted daughter of Mrs. Ra.
Yes.
Okay. She was orphaned, and there's a long story about it, but we don't need to get into it because it doesn't
Nope.
matter.
Doesn't matter.
She was orphaned, and Mrs. Ra raised her, and Taiju and the son were of each other's age, and eventually they got married, I suppose. And it kind of like feels like it was an arranged marriage, whereas like, you're all under my roof, why don't you just get married and have at it?
The mom literally goes, I moved her out of her own room and into my son's room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
how she
definitely
explained
felt
it. Yeah.
not like an arranged marriage, but it's just like, well, you've got nothing else that's ever going to happen for you, so take this offer because it's the best deal you're going to get.
Pretty much. And Taiju is I don't say she's tortured, but she's treated like shit. They even call her a puppy at one time. Like, this
I
is
caught
our
that.
pet. This is
I
our
caught
pet. It's not a real person. This is a pet. So she has been mentally stomped on for her entire life. And then she's married off to a person she doesn't love, doesn't really care for. And this guy is really disgusting. He is perpetually sick. I mean, he's got a runny nose through the entire movie.
That
Yeah,
is
like
probably the grossest
it's
thing in that
almost
movie.
like he's childlike too, and I not like he's just immature and like
He's a mama's boy, guys.
Agreed.
That's what we
yeah,
call him.
definitely
Agreed.
is.
So we have the overbearing mother who
Correct.
controls every aspect of everyone in her household's life. She has a perfect opportunity to keep everyone within her home and marry off the girl to her son. She literally does go. She was a dog, and now she's a stepdaughter. That was kind of one of the things she says
Mhm.
in this. And the son has no backbone, will never stand up to his mother, but he's living the good life. Everyone's taking care of him. His wife is on, her hands and knees for him.
Yeah, he
And
has a gorgeous wife. He has everything taken care
Yeah,
of.
he
What
had it
what
made.
more could he possibly ask for?
I
You
think
know?
my biggest, and you guys touched on it real quick, was he somehow was miraculously cured of cancer, but it wasn't the priest's doing. We know
I don't
that.
think so. That's not my
No, I
impression.
think it was
He's-
just pure luck.
Mhm.
He's perpetually sick this entire movie. He like has a cold or a flu or whatever they're calling it, and he is just sick down, can't do anything for himself. He's always cold. That was another thing. So part of me, I was like going, did he really get cured of cancer, or did mommy just bring him back home?
Yeah, good
Because
point.
because the priest prayed over him, because she tells the story, the tumor's gone. They
Oh,
never get anything from a doctor that says it. He's miraculous.
I
Nothing
didn't
is
think
ever
about that.
said in the
See,
news. Charlie, watch this movie. There's
Nate,
nothing
Nate.
in the news about it.
Munchausen by proxy, is that what it's called? I feel like maybe that was it.
But I feel like it's very possible that he is still ailing from cancer, but he's now under roof with mom, and now she has a priest on call. So,
Hey, Nate.
Yeah.
Nate, Charlie just added a layer that makes me love this movie even more.
You inadvertently did it, Charlie.
Thank you for that additional layer. Oh, so good.
that's okay. You guys are gonna hate me in a little bit.
Sure.
Ah.
That's all right. So, as Taiju and the priest are sitting around the table, they start making eyes at each other. And there's seems to be some sort of curiosity, potentially attraction.
It's definitely like an attraction of he's a priest. He knows he's not allowed to. He's a Jedi.
Right.
And she is married.
Not an Anakin. He's an
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yes. Because he truly does believe in his faith, and she clearly is not happy with her husband, but has eyes for the priest, without a doubt.
Yes. So jumping ahead just a little bit because
Yeah.
we want to.
We don't want to be here for 4 hours.
Again,
No.
We're gonna go under the assumption that everyone that wanted to watch this movie went and watched it. So
Right. So
they're on the same page.
A little later on in the film, The priest is giving last rites to a woman who is in a terrible car accident. She's getting last rites, so she's not going to make it.
No.
One of the coolest effects in this was her neck was bandaged, but you could still see the blood pulsing from her wound. That was pretty cool. And as he's seeing this blood pulsing under the bandage, he starts getting a little sweaty and a little nervous as he's giving the last rites. And of course, giving last rites, he'll make the sign of the cross on her forehead and her lips,
Palms.
I think, her palms.
Palms.
And he gets a little blood on his fingers. And as he's finishing up his rites, he smells that blood and licks his fingers.
Delicious.
Finding
So
that
delicious.
it is a wonderfully yummy thing, he goes into another room where there is a coma patient, pulls this guy's IV drip, and starts sucking blood out of the vein, reverse IV drip from this coma patient.
Because like, what a way to get like your free food.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, there's a lot of slurping in this movie for sure.
Yeah, like he's treating it like if I were to stick my head underneath the icy machine
Exactly.
and just go to town, but with this guy that's in a coma not realizing that his life force is being
it's
drained
so
by
good.
him.
It's so good.
I would have rather watched that movie, Life Force.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That will be down the line.
Uh-huh.
I promise everyone.
There's
Life Force will be
You thought there
covered.
was nudity in this movie. Boy, oh boy. Life Force. How about that?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the priest comes to or realizes, yeah, you're on VHS. Nice.
It's got the VHS. Life
Oh,
Force.
yeah.
It's awesome.
So the priest finally comes to and realizes what he's doing, hooks the drip back up, and just out of nowhere launches himself out the window, attempting to commit suicide.
Okay, I want to chime in here. This is
Yeah.
Charlie Tom now.
This is
I-
Charlie for sure.
I watched this and he straight up like walks out of the window. He
Oh.
was determined. It
It
was
is frightening.
I am going out the window. And then it shows it, and he is Bugs Bunnied, Wile E. Coyote'd on top of the car. I looked at my wife and went, I hope his head's stuck in the windshield. The body flips forward onto the hood, revealing his head got stuck in the windshield.
Yeah, it did. Like he starts out one way while his head's in the windshield, flips his entire body, and it is so incredible to watch. Like from afar, the way that they
How did you
shot
do
Oh,
it.
there's
that?
never
How did
no
you do it?
yeah, there's never a close up. It's always from like the floor he
And it's
jumped from.
one take. Like it's not a cutaway or anything.
No,
like
yeah,
that.
the body just flops.
And it's so brutal.
I'll say we're still fairly early on in this movie, and Charlie is still hopeful at this point. So.
Well, he pries his head out of the window, finds that he's okay, and I guess he goes home after that. He's like, what just happened to me? Why am I not dead?
Yeah, he goes somewhere.
And
there's places I don't know where he goes,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
he just appears in other places. It was
Mhm.
weird.
So the next note I have is that he wakes up the next day as his skin is smoldering because
That's
a
right.
window is open. He's not on fire, but his skin is definitely smoking. There is a window open and the sunlight is coming in, and he is starting to realize that he's not what he used to be, and he's probably becoming a vampire. So that
something is wrong.
something is wrong, and that is the end of Act 1.
Well, since we've hit Act 1 here, I think it's a good time for us to go ahead and squeeze in a quick commercial break. And then we will pick up the pace a little bit on Act 2 so that we can light speed to Act 3, which is where
Oh boy, Act 2.
Man, yeah.
yeah. But let's get some commercials for the network. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is the one-man gold mine, the one-man enterprise of professional wrestling and all entertainment, Flynn Hendricks. And you better believe when I'm looking for a good podcast to listen to, I go to my own. I go to the I Know You Hear Me podcast hosted by me, Flynn Hendricks. That is such a fresh perspective for how you should look at life, too. I love that. And then when I'm feeling spooky, I go to my other podcast, Tales from the Haunt, where myself, I want my head shoved inside a 15-pound silicone mask. More. I want to have a bucket of sweat coming off me at the end of the night than just Jeff.
Dogs don't lay eggs, Flynn.
I hate you so much. Talk to other scare actors about what it takes to get into the world of scare acting. So if you're curious about how people became professional wrestlers, actors, prioritized their mental health, became entrepreneurs, avoided burnout, or got into scare acting, you need to go check out I Know You Hear Me and Tales from the Haunt, available on all podcasting platforms. And I know you hear me.
Welcome to the Monster Movie Stomp Down with me, Stompy, and my brother Frank.
Hi, I'm Frank.
Join us, Sludge, Mark, and Ruben 3 times a month as we review monster movies from around the world.
And don't forget about the monthly contest and trivia.
Not only that, Frank, but you will find extra content like the Underdogs, Monster Mash Wednesdays, and the Friday Night Fights, each week exclusively on our Facebook and Instagram.
So please join us at the Monster Movie Stomp Down.
Your one-stop chomp for monster movie reviews, news, interview, trivia, laughs, and of course me, Stompy.
And Frank.
All right, some new commercials for everybody that we got in
I'm
rotation
so excited
now.
about these guys
Yeah.
joining the network. This is
Oh yeah,
I'm just it's amazing how much this network has grown in what 4 months.
If
3
that,
months?
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I don't know how it happens.
things just happen. I
We're
don't
like
know.
the blob. We just absorb.
That's what it is.
That's it.
We just roll around absorbing other
Yeah,
podcasts. That
I
get
just
too
roll around on my
close.
belly and onto my back and just absorb other podcasts.
That's Nate's teenage years. But anyway, let's get back.
Ew.
Yep.
Still not the ooest thing in this episode to
Oh
come.
no, there's more, baby.
Oh, no.
Oh boy, we got some. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, the sexy second half is getting ready to happen here. So anybody
Sensual.
we are really following Pete's lead here, but I gotta say again, I was hopeful at this point. I was like, okay, I've seen some blood. We did pass over that he puked blood inside of a flute and it was full, and I bring it up because later on there's still blood in it that I thought was kind of funny.
That wasn't the point in cleaning it out.
Yeah, shake it a couple times. It's good. It's fine. We're guys. But it's I popped myself on that one, guys.
Oh my.
Wasn't entirely sure. That was one of those like, I'm gonna make this joke, and my brain went, I don't think you should. And I went,
No, you should.
I'm doing it
You
anyway.
edit it, just leaving a little bit of our
Oh,
laughter. Yeah.
I'm editing that in there. So, but yeah, let's hand the reins back over to Pete,
All
and he
right.
can guide us through Act 2.
Okay,
of
so Act
the Thirst.
the Act 2 of the Thirst. So I am going to skip over the excessively long nakedy scenes because they happen, and
Okay.
frankly, if they were cut into a third, you would still have a wonderful story.
And for those of you that came for that particular thing, I'm prepared. So
Yeah, it's the sex scenes are beautiful and artful. They're not porn, but it's a lot, and
It's
it's
very passionate
wrong.
because
They're-
of what
they're-
you're dealing with. This is a priest who's letting
And
her know, I can't be doing this. Like, no, this is not right.
okay.
But he also realizes because of him changing that, like, he, like, can't stop himself.
Right. So let's just do we want to talk about that later or
No,
not at all?
no. I just have something prepared, and you guys just kept going, and I was going to make this a lot shorter than you're both making it.
Okay.
Well, it's what we do.
I'm going to say it's porn adjacent, and while it may look beautiful, sure, the sound guy needs his ears ripped off.
Yeah. Uh-huh. There was a lot of that, and it was
Squishy.
It's
was squishy.
everywhere. Even when they
It
kissed,
feels like
Yeah.
AM radio.
I literally looked up ASMR. So that's
Well done.
Jackie's even sitting there going, "Oh my god,
Mhm.
are they like 16-year-olds in the back of the car?"
And understand that he's a Catholic priest. He's never kissed a woman in his life, so he don't know
Yeah.
what he's doing.
This is
And
all new world
that's
to him.
where that's kind of part of the innocence lost that's going on here. This new thing, and he's got these vampire powers now. And anyway,
Yeah.
we,
All right.
we can
She
gloss.
hates her husband so much that we can't gloss over. There is a scene where
We'll get
he is-
that we need to get to for sure.
okay when he's asleep.
Yes.
I'm sure he's going to bring that part up.
Well, that's right before this happens, Nate.
Yes,
if
that's
you
why
want
I don't want to gloss over.
why don't you? Okay, so as the priest is turning into a vampire, we realize that Taiju is really uncomfortable, and super unhappy in her marriage, and one of Nate's favorite scenes, I'm pretty sure, especially we watched it last night, and he goes, "Oh my God," last night.
Yeah,
So
I was like putting my knees up to my chest as
so
watching this scene unfold.
to
Like-
describe how much she hated this relationship, she would, Nate, please, you can do this.
Yes, so the camera doesn't pan away. It just stays on his mouth as he's open mouth snoring like a Neanderthal. And then you see these like scissors come close to his mouth. And then they go away and come back and go away. And they're just getting closer and closer to his mouth the entire time. And I was just waiting like, oh man, we're going to watch a man get like stabbed, not in the throat, but in his mouth. And like at the speed that she was going to, this was going to be a plunge. And then the camera like pans to her, like you could see her lifting her arm over and over again, and it just will not stop. It goes on for like a solid minute, and you're just waiting for the worst to happen, and it never comes. But that's where she's at in this marriage, where she's ready to kill this man
She
while
wants
he's
to
in
kill
his
him
sleep.
so bad,
And not with like a pillow.
No, she wants it to be painful.
And this ends up
And
being
bloody.
a very particular item later on in the movie as well that she's holding.
Yes, this is not necessarily a Chekhov's gun, but it shows up again later on in the film. So we know that Taiju is unhappy in her marriage, and as things progress, she and the priest are drawn to each other, and they do start an intense sexual relationship. And I will, in Charlie's behalf, these scenes go on way too long.
For a while.
It happens, great, but there's a lot that goes on. So if this isn't your thing, this isn't your bag, you can hit the fast forward button, skip. You'll be fine.
The story.
It's softcore. We're not talking
It's-
slasher movie boob
No,
that we're used to seeing, that it's real quick. No, if we had watched this when we were 12, we wouldn't have needed the pause button.
Mm-mm. No,
You know, that's
Not at all.
It is. This is the
Right.
part where I'd say this is probably the most gratuitous, and I don't mean as far as what they do. It is just enduring. It is just on and on, and you're
it's
like,
still
okay,
nowhere near
we're
as bad as a
done.
history of violence.
No, that one's pretty brutal. I'll give you that. But this one was just
Sorry, Nana.
watching it with my wife. I love that story. Watching this with my wife, and I am going, "Hello, lamp. I'm bringing lamp back all over again. I need to paint this ceiling here one of these
after
days."
they make this passionate, sweet love making, he then decides to tell her, By the way, there's something like different about me.
Uh-huh.
And he does it in the weirdest way where he just kind of like grabs our coma patient's IV again, but he just lays on the ground and starts sucking the
Yeah,
blood.
so he reveals to her that he's a vampire
And
by
she is not
drinking the
happy.
blood of rightfully she is terrified and runs away. Um
Okay. So, and now this is where I want to chime in because this is another one of those movies that we've talked about this in the past. All of a sudden, inexplicably, he knows all the rules of vampirism and all his powers. He can fly.
More like
He
jumping.
that was not he leaps and lifts one air like Wonder Woman does in mid-flight and lands gracefully. Then right after this scene when she's barricaded herself in the bathroom, he's hanging off the edge of the building by his toes.
Yeah.
And
Upside
yeah,
down.
he is like a
Yeah.
bat. It is
I'm
so
just-
Like a
sick.
bat.
they're like it's like so we're in a culture but that we're not supposed that they don't really know about vampires or vampirism, and I feel like this is them literally going, what the crap do they do again? Oh, that's right, they hang from stuff. Yeah, get him out there hanging by the window. Do they fly? Well, I think they glide like a bat. And they're like, oh, like Michael will do that. He could just glide right across the alleyway.
Well, I feel like it's kind of like running, like it's just a natural thing. So I imagine
I
when
made
he
drops. I'm
turned,
playing them,
it was
guys.
just
Just be ready.
it was a natural instinct to him, is what I was thinking. And then like when he's jumping or gliding, I got straight up like old school kung fu vibes, which I was
There's wire
loving
fu going
so
on.
That's
much.
the wire fu
Yes.
stuff, but it
Yeah, like it was so cool to see that with a vampire tail. I thought,
not really, but okay.
Man.
It's a
You guys
different
just
take.
keep going because now we're at the descent of Charlie.
Uh-huh.
Keep going.
So in his eventually he reveals it is revealed, maybe he doesn't reveal it, but it is revealed that if he doesn't drink human blood, the Emmanuel virus will return tenfold. And not only does he need to drink blood to survive as a vampire, but the this Ebola virus will, or Emmanuel virus, excuse me,
Emmanuel
will
virus, yeah.
destroy his body, making him bleed from his eyes and all sorts of orifices, and it's a disgusting.
It'll be a terrible way to
disease.
go.
Terrible way. So eventually, we're again skipping ahead a little bit. Eventually, Taijo comes to terms with his condition and is even aroused by the fact that he is a vampire. She kind of asks him, so like, are you strong? Can you hear things? And he's like, yeah, I can see and hear different things, and I'm super strong. And here, let me show you. And then we get a Christopher Reeve, Margot Kitty, Superman 78 version of, or vampire version of, what was that damn song?
I don't remember, but you know,
Anyway,
instead
but
of him flying around the world in the sky, he's
they're
jumping
hopping.
from
They're hopping from
to
rooftop to rooftop, and she is having a ball. She's like a 10-year-old girl, and her daddy thrown her from the chair to the couch, and she's giggling incessantly like
Well,
that.
she is so happy because she's getting to live
oh my
for the
god,
first
it's
time.
the expression on her face is pure joy, and she is falling madly in love with him, or what he is. And they are just, I love this scene so much because it's such a genuine childlike reaction to a swing, or like I said, your dad throwing you from the couch to the chair. It's wonderful, and her expression is it's something wonderful to see. I'm having a hard time describing it.
Very much so. Yes. Kid in
I
a
was
candy
waiting
store.
for it to end, so we'll just keep going.
Oh, it's so
No, because
sweet.
now they're sharing this like beautiful moment of
Uh-huh.
like the joy and that they can escape together with one another. Like there is a possibility for this to happen.
So after this leaping from tree or building to building, Taiju is ready. She's like, I want to be a vampire. And the priest is like, nah, that's not a good idea, which disappoints Taijo, but it doesn't stop them from screwing around.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop them from getting naked. And here's where it gets weird.
Yes.
So after one of their trysts, Taiju has the priest notices that Taiju has bruises on her inner thighs. And he asks her, where did you get those bruises? And she gives him a big old sob story saying, my husband beats me, basically. So immediately the priest is like, I'm going to rip his head off. I'm going to kill him.
Which is so strange because now you're starting to see him go from like the innocent priest to the animal that he's turning into.
He hasn't killed anybody yet. At this point, he still hasn't killed anybody.
From the coma patient and bags of blood.
Bags of blood, right. He's getting his blood by benevolent means. I don't know how you want to say it.
I mean,
humanitarian.
Okay, humanitarian.
And he's just like, well, what happens if one blood bag goes missing? No one's going to notice that every other day.
His excuse for the coma patient was the coma patient told a story of giving some travelers some cake, some sponge cake.
Yep, sponge cake.
And he then goes into a coma afterwards. And now the priest has taken, he likes to feed people. And if he was alive,
he likes to give.
He would feed me what I needed. He would give me his blood. That was his, in his brain, his rationalization of, it's okay that I hook up this IV like a pacifier in my mouth.
Pacifier, I love it.
I swear it looked like a pacifier.
It looks like a pacifier. It totally really does.
And he's sitting there like Maggie from The Simpsons going, I mean, hold on, I got a button. That's what it's like. And yeah, so he's rationalized, but no, she had just done this too, which was also weird because they've been naked plenty of times in this movie. So she just all of a sudden decided that bruises needed to be there.
Well, yeah, that's revealed a little bit later, but she tells him that her husband did it, and he's pissed off, and they conspire to kill him by going on a fishing trip at midnight to a lake dam,
which is like, if anyone invites you on a midnight
like
fishing trip, decline it.
Well,
they set that up because they know the guy that is in charge of it, and they say this is some of the best fishing, but it's illegal.
It's illegal to do it.
They get permission because the guy's head of security says you can do it at night. During the day is a lot harder. So everyone's excited to go fishing.
Decline it.
Yeah,
decline that trip, no matter what.
Decline invitation.
Anyway, the three of them, Taiju, her husband, and the priest, go out on a little rowboat. They go fishing, and this goes to that, and they drowned, or the priest drowns the husband by dragging him to the bottom of the reservoir and putting a giant rock on his chest so the body cannot float up to the top of the lake.
Yes.
The son is now dead.
Yes, which causes a bit of a problem because now 3 people went on a fishing trip, 2 comes back.
Right, but it's explained away as an accident.
Yes,
he was not a good swimmer.
Accident, but they are trying to obviously cover it up and make it to where they're innocent, and it was just a tragic fishing accident.
Yes, it was an accident, and even the guy that was in charge that allowed them to go out there is like, I'll take care of this. Don't.
He doesn't want to lose his job. He says, "Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell nobody I did this, but I'll take care of the rest of this."
This is a minor complaint here with the movie where I feel like maybe the director's cut would have padded out just a little bit more. Was they kind of rushed through like, oh, it was an accident, and then move on, like, and that was it. I was like, wait, what all else is happening? Like, how?
In Charlie's defense, it's already 2 hours and 15 minutes. Let's get on with the story.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, this is where it starts getting cuckoo crazy pants. During the funeral, Mrs. Raw, the mother of Kang-woo, who just died, she has a stroke. So now we have a wheelchair-bound mother-in-law who can, I thought it was a stroke, who
Yeah,
It was like she had a seizure because she's
Yeah.
doing it, and now she's almost catatonic.
Uh-huh.
She
Yes.
doesn't move. Only maybe her eyeballs move ever so
Right.
slightly, but she can't move her body. She's locked in paralysis basically from grief. We'll put
From
it like
grief.
that.
Right,
From
right.
grief. Yes.
So now that the priest and Taiju have pretty much the reign of the house, they really start getting it on. But Taiju has begun to see the ghost of her dead husband in his disgusting, snotty, very wet,
Very, very wet.
very, very wet. And and he comes and visits her at the most inopportune times.
All the worst times, and it is just like the perfect way to show guilt. You
Yeah.
know,
No, I
like
could have thought of
knowing
1,000 other
that
ways to
death
show guilt
is right there. Your
than what
guilt.
they showed.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so
Go
good.
for it. Illuminate for the audience, if you
Well,
will.
imagine if you were to kill your childhood best friend, sleep with his wife, and then guilt strikes you in the middle of passionate lovemaking, and all you picture is your childhood friend in between you and now his ex-wife.
Your dead husband is now a lovemaking sandwich.
He's
the
a pillow.
He's the meat between the.
These guys
He's the
are dancing
Oreo
around
cream.
this too much. These two are butt ass naked, going to town on each other.
With
Then the
Snotty Man
camera,
in middle.
the camera cuts back
And
to
he's grinning.
the husband
Oh.
is in between them with the guy on top of him, humping him while the other guy is clothed and wet, looking like old Greg with a rock on his chest. And old dude's back end is just jackhammering to town.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
and they're
I'm
both seeing the
watching
dead
this
husband.
going.
They're both seeing him going, he's not there, right?
He's not there, right? Because only she can
I'm
see him.
sitting there going, he's not there, right? What? I want to say the word we don't say on the show so bad this episode. What the shit was I watching, guys?
Oh, it's
This
wonderful.
was a
Grief,
demon
man.
ghost
It was
guilt
amazing.
sandwich of
Ooh, that's good. Demon.
That
ghost
is
sandwich.
actually another Pornhub category.
I got it. What's your login for Pornhub here, Nate?
Oh, don't worry, I'll get to you.
Okay.
Nate's got favorites.
Yeah.
That
There's a lot of subcategories that are only for me.
I think Nate and
Again,
I both
but
went. And
another-
I've seen this a couple of times. I think Nate and I both went.
I was not expecting that
Of course you
reveal
were, because
at
no one
all.
is expecting
It's like
dead dude in the
dark
middle of.
comedy. It's like
part-
that movie Swiss Army Man, but on a level that I was not expecting.
You ever seen a kid playing with Barbie dolls and they don't have any clothes on and they just lay them on top of each other? That's what this looked like, but someone slid in like Toxic Avenger in the middle of it. And Jackie and I look at each other almost at the exact same time and mouth what the F to each other. And I'm like, I do believe that may have been the second time she's like, "You sure Pete said this isn't porn?" And I pulled up the messages and I said, "See,
I have evidence.
nowhere about ghost guilt humping is in this movie whatsoever."
Why would I give it away?
Why
This
would
is
that's
one-
like one of the best parts? Why would you give that away?
I don't know. I feel like there should be like disclaimer or warnings at the beginning of this movie. But no, I knew we were coming to this, and it was just that's why I got this. That's the sound the entire, because the guy's wet, and it was. I don't know where this comes in later, but they're getting ready to make love again at some point, and he reaches down and he's like, "Why is this wet?" And first I'm like, "Well, in health class," but then he starts feeling around the bed, going, "The bed's damp," and I'm like, maybe you guys should clean the bed sheets once in a while.
No,
but Charlie was gone. Charlie was gone at this point, guys. Charlie
Uh,
left the building.
oh
I'm
boy.
riding it out. I'm going, this movie can't have no more than like 10, 15 more minutes.
Oh no,
And it
baby.
Oh,
almost
Oh
goes
no.
on
You're
for
halfway
another
through.
hour.
But like,
Uh,
it's after this moment we get like the deceit, the lie is revealed that she was never abused.
yes, this is the important
Because
part.
this
Yeah.
is where,
This is
after
where shit
this,
hits the
because he's
fan.
so guilt ridden, he didn't want to kill anyone. He had a plan of just like, I'm gonna keep stealing blood.
Hmm.
I'll make it happen. I don't
He's trying
want
to
to
hold
kill
on to his
anyone.
humanity, even his priesthood at
Yes,
this point.
exactly. And when he finds out that she was lying to him about the abuse, he loses it.
Hmm.
Oh, he starts
Like, it
choking
is,
her, doesn't he? He
Yeah,
like
yeah.
well, and she
snaps.
does. He snaps a little bit and gets super angry, which is unbecoming of him, or unlike him, I should say,
Yeah.
because he is a calm, level-headed priest, and clearly the beast is starting to well up from inside him, and she is grief-stricken and apologizes that she has betrayed him and this and that, and she finally just says, just kill me. Kill me for my sin. Now she doesn't say kill me for my sins, but that's what she's asking. She's like,
She just says, I'm ready to die,
I'm ready
basically.
to die.
I don't want to live with this anymore.
Right.
I'll go ahead because they do mention this earlier that while he is a man of faith, she has told him she has no faith. She is
Mhm.
faithless,
Yes.
you know, and not faithful either, but she's not worried about consequences after death. She's like, when you die, and that is it. And he is fearful of hell. He's a Catholic priest.
Mhm.
He is all the things that everything he's doing goes against everything he has been brought up to believe and know. And none of this was lost on me, guys. It really wasn't.
I didn't
It
think it
was
would
just,
No, I
it
didn't think it
was
was.
just so batshit weird.
be. Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
and I'll say it for the. I'll save a thought
Yeah.
that I was going to
So,
say now, but I'll say it for the end.
As she asks him to kill him, or she asks him to kill her,
Yes.
and when I first saw this film, he does. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
snaps her neck. Crack. Done. Dead. Our lead actress is now dead. And like you said, Charlie, well, I guess this movie's about wrapping up here. Nope. Because then the priest becomes grief stricken because he is starting to love her, I think, or whatever.
I think
I
he
think he was-
loved her.
Yeah.
She was in love with the idea of freedom from everything.
Yes,
So
Good.
she was
That's
more.
great. Mhm.
Yes, definitely. In love
Charlie
with
watched the
idea
movie.
of what he is.
Never a doubt in my mind.
I know, but it's just funny to keep
So-
saying now.
So now we have the making of a vampire. In your defense, Charlie, how he knows how to do this, I don't know.
Yeah.
There are
This instinct. That's my guess.
I
You
suppose.
Just, hey,
Instinct?
my blood is got this, power. I might as well see if I can give it to other
right. He
people.
put two and two together. He's like, okay, so some vampire's blood healed me. Maybe my vampire blood can heal her. So what he does is he tries to slit his wrists, but he heals too fast. So he slits them up and like horizontally, right? And
I
he's
hate
able
to say it, but he does it the correct way if you want to bleed out.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
go
yeah.
vertical.
So, and he's able to get some drops of blood in her, and she starts reviving. She starts showing signs of life. So, what does he do? He grabs a piece of broken glass and slits his flipping tongue and kisses her,
It's so brutal. When he does
gushing
this, like,
blood
tongue.
into her mouth. Oh, and that's not horrific enough for Charlie.
Nope.
I
Oh
don't know
my
how.
God. Both
When that,
Nate and
like,
I's
piece of
butts were
glass went
puckering at
in,
this moment.
yeah.
It was so, what? Oh,
You
it
see
was
it
so
all
good.
happening.
I bet it wasn't as tight as the dude humping the demon earlier, but you know that.
You got a good point. I mean,
It's very true.
No, I mean, I'll give you the here. So as we continue, he slits his tongue, kisses her, then he slits her wrist, starts drinking her blood while having his wrist in her mouth, and she's
Yes.
drinking his blood. So we get this like
This circulatory
dialysis
breathing.
Yeah.
machine of
The infinite
vampire
of blood.
blood. And all I could do was going, maybe we shouldn't have watched Blade 27 times before we wrote this movie, because that's all I could think about
Yeah.
was you took some note again,
Well,
Koreans going, we need some vampire lore, some PA in the back going, I've got Blade on DVD,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they're like, let's stick it in. I
I
like
loved
this
it because they
bit.
were both giving each other life.
Yes,
I
and
thought it was so cool to see that
uh-huh.
happen.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer was the same way. It was she even mentions like, oh, to make you a vampire, you just don't need to get bit. You need to. It's a whole sucking thing. So
Okay,
this was.
so
Oh,
I'm
I love me some Buffy.
gonna throw a little curveball at you here in a little bit, and he talks about this later in the movie, and I don't know if everyone catches it. There's also the thing he's doing that's kind of self-serving at this point, because when someone is dead, their heart no longer beats, which means there is no more blood to
Mhm.
flow through their body. So if he revives her, her heart will start bumping again, and he will be able to drink her blood. So while yes, it's kind of done where I feel like maybe he was wanting her to come back to life, I also feel like it was instinctual of I need this heart to beat so I can feed, because she's really the only other one in there, unless he was going to go eat mom, who is staring at them this entire
I
time, by
was
the
just gonna
way.
say that.
I was about to
That was
say,
the
yeah.
big that was the tag on this
That
act.
was the disturbing thing, but it was one of those weird things that I think you could take it just one or two ways of, was he really trying to bring her back to life because he just killed her, or was he in full vampire mode of I need more blood and this is the best way to get the blood?
You wouldn't be wrong saying that it was both.
Yeah.
I think he wanted
Yeah,
to bring
I
her
think
back,
so.
but I also thought, oh,
This is
well,
something I can
let's
take advantage of.
let's not waste a Slurpee here. Let's go.
I
Yeah,
did
man.
like as
You
they go.
don't waste the Slurpee.
We'll get into the Slurpee part in the third act here in just a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we have now reached the conclusion
Well, yeah,
of our
the
second
as
act,
Charlie
right?
said though, the end of Act Two was that Mrs. Ra, the mom, the matriarch of this household, in all her paralysis, has witnessed this entire thing: the snapping of Taiju's neck and the creation of a new vampire. She has witnessed all of this.
But
Uh,
she can't do anything
she
about
can't
it.
do anything, but she's witnessed it.
I do want to say though, for as much sexy time in this movie there was a point that I was convinced they were going to screw in front of the catatonic mother-in-law while they were in that room, because that's when he finds out she has the bruising and stuff, is when they're sitting on the floor in
Mhm.
front of the mother-in-law. But they're like kissing and very passionate, all in front of her, mind you, because they're doing the whole birthday thing. Oh, I get to have a birthday finally. All this other stuff, and I looked at Jackie and went, "They're about to screw right in front of me,"
I was waiting for it too,
and they
though.
didn't, thankfully. But I just had to say that. That's
Right.
how batshit this
Him
movie
and
was.
her got it on. That's what I was waiting for.
Well, that's the end of Act Two. Act Three is, well, here it is.
We have a young
I
vampire now.
have no more breaks or cuts. Let's just dive right into it, boys.
Okay, so this is where it gets weird.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is actually where it gets weird.
I
This one is
needed
actually
you
pretty
guys to
normal.
let me know that. Maybe that's what was wrong the whole time.
So I didn't write a lot of notes for this, so I'm going to lean on Nate a little bit,
Yep.
actually quite a bit, to describe how Act Three is. So Taiju is now full vampire, and she loves being a vampire.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it is the greatest thing.
She is
She
wild
is a
and reckless and
Mhm.
has no remorse for human life.
This is the point where earlier I said I like her in this movie. Her eyes, everything with her eyes and her facial expression from when she went full vamp in this movie, I bought it. I was like, she is loving every bit of this. There is no remorse in her eyes. There is no conscience in her eyes. She is full on instinct, predatorial, everything. And she sold it to me. I'm like,
And
I even said to
she,
Jackie, she looks freaky as hell. And
Mhm.
Jackie's like,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
she's got those kind of eyes to her. Because the
she,
priest has always sad eyes, just
Yes,
very
yes.
yes, very much.
remorseful, sorrowful, and everyone. I mean, the eyes are all expressive in this. They even make a point in earlier in. I don't know we keep going backwards, but whatever.
Yeah, no,
They
no, this
make
is
a
good.
point that you can read people by their eyes. The one of the guests at
The
the
mahjong.
table, that's another question I want to ask here in a second. Um, they're all at the table and they're talking about how I can read people and I can almost know what you're thinking by your eyes. So I almost kind of wonder maybe there was a point that they would kind of almost focus a little extra time on her eye sockets, in a certain scene that they were emphasizing watch her eyes. You're going to watch her slowly descend into this
Mm.
creature no longer human. Um, we glazed over this real quick, but it was bugging the shit out of me. And I even asked Jackie about it. Did she screw the friend that came over from Mahjong just out of nowhere?
Yes.
Is that in this act or is that
Yes.
after?
That is in this act when she
Okay.
is full. No, it's not. It was in the last act. I jumped over that because it's not real important,
It's
but
not, but that's the
it's
point.
interesting.
What was that? Because they show early on in the movie that it's not just the priest that looks at her. The other two men in there look at her. And the man she sleeps with is her best friend's husband that we
Yes.
find out.
Yes.
Evelyn is her name. And I'm just like, what was that? What does that have to do with anything? And honestly, I don't think it has anything other than we're just going to show that she's just in full spiral, so to speak.
It's-
Like
it's
she's
She
just
can do what she wants now.
It's
Yeah.
well, no, that happened before she was a vampire.
yeah, she wasn't a
And
vampire
when
yet.
she and the priest were kind of on the rocks for a brief moment, I think she sought comfort in another man, and his 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 reaction to her was, "Who can do it 5 times?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, if she's doinking a vampire, maybe you haven't met the quota for the evening. And it just that she's used to a certain par level of Nookie, and you haven't met it yet. So, and she totally blows him off after he is
Oh,
unable to satisfy her
it's never brought up
enough
again
times. Right,
at
right. And
all.
yeah, it was that is definitely a throwaway scene, Charlie. I will not argue
Yeah.
with that.
I mean,
I legit kind of forgot it happened.
it was just one of the, but as someone who's trying to put this movie together in his brain for just some type of cohesiveness, I was just like, why was that there? Why? Also, I'm going, you mean that could have been like 2 hours and 5 minutes and I
Right,
didn't
right.
need all
You
this
could have
other stuff going on?
you could have
I
cut
would have
that
been
one
happy.
out. Mhm.
But anyway, I digress off this. Let's get back into the batshitness.
So where are we, Nate? So she is.
Well,
Oh,
she uses her
her-
scissors now to like finish
Yes!
off her victims.
what do
by
those scissors look
stabbing
like,
them with
Nate?
it.
Do they look like little fangs?
Little
Maybe.
vampire fangs.
Yeah.
Yes. It's almost like they alluded to that because they were vampires the whole time.
Or someone went, oh shit, we forgot to give them fangs.
No,
plot
no, I
department.
don't. I
Give
don't
us
think it was
something.
that. I think that was a purposeful thing. I think Chan-wook
Yeah, I
Park
feel like in
was
this lore,
very purposeful on his vampire lore. He wanted, he didn't want to go full European, but he didn't want to go full Twilight either. He wanted his own.
Too
he wanted to
late.
still be human. But then we
Too late.
realized that the honeymoon phase is kind of over between the two because he doesn't want to just, kill recklessly, leave bodies behind, leave this trail because it's evidence and questions will start to happen. And that's only going to make their life complicated. Where she kind of just has this complete disregard for any of it.
She's like,
And
bring it on, baby.
She's just
take it,
like,
man."
whatever. Someone else comes
Whatever.
after me, I'll just kill them
Yeah.
too, basically. Like,
But
and
even
you
his
kinda-
sense of right is blurred because one of the things he says that he can get victims for is to help people with suicide. If someone comes to me and they're depressed and they want to kill themselves, it's my duty to help them through that. So it's like I have access to those people. So it's like while he's still trying to be good, there's still that level of he is lost. He is
Agreed.
Still
Mhm.
he was
evil.
trying so hard to still be the good man that he was. It's just like it
and
was
he's
getting
trying to
harder and
justify
harder.
it. Like
Yes.
I have to do something bad. What's the least bad I could do, I guess?
Mhm.
And that would be let's help the depressed people that want to commit suicide and I will drink their blood. That's what I took from that anyway. Continue, Nate. I'm sorry.
Well,
This is
they
the
decide,
This is the
like,
Charlie chime in time.
at this
Please,
point,
please.
they're living together. Like, he is, officially moved in because they just have comatose in-law. And they start to paint the place, and they paint it all white. That way they can still have some sort of, like, daylight. And it's so trippy and bizarre looking
very
to
trippy.
see these bright lights.
Yeah, Jackie didn't like it. She's
Right.
like, "Why is everything white?" Like,
Bright
I
light
feel like
and-
she was looking at her phone at the point where they explain it in passing though. She goes, "I want everything white so everything still feels like daylight."
Yes.
She says
Yes.
that yelling from one room to another because he's
Mhm.
trudging along paint and paneling.
And they
Continue,
do
Nate.
go through a phase where she is not getting the right amount of blood, and because she injected his blood, she now has the disease as well.
Yeah, she has the
The
Emmanuel
plague.
virus. They've
Yes.
they've
Yes.
shared blood. Yes, that's how diseases work.
Yes.
Usually, yes.
Yeah.
So now she also has EV, and she is like puking up blood. Like, she's covered
it's
in the
some great
blisters and just like
blood vomits.
the
Yeah,
vomit was so
and against
awesome.
the
In
white
this
background,
white room.
so good.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's very
I'd say
visceral.
it was very striking. I will give you that part was it's blood and it's everywhere. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
that was cool. It's that
So he's like,
cherry, almost cherry red too.
yes,
That it wasn't
definitely
like
was.
black. Continue,
And
Nate.
he
It also wasn't
calls
Crayola.
Oh, that's true too.
yeah. He's like, don't worry, I'll call a doctor. That way he can take a look at you.
Which happens to be their friend that she was screwing
does.
earlier.
And of course, this doctor is just a poor victim.
Well,
in
he
all
brings
of
his
this.
wife
friend?
too.
Well, no,
Yeah.
that was the doctor he brought was just a doctor. That wasn't
Yeah,
his
the
friend.
doctor was just a doctor.
Oh, that's later.
It was
Okay.
the
Apologies.
ambulance
Yeah, the
driver
friend is
that,
later. Yeah.
she ends up just devouring on, and
And he knew it was going to happen.
Pretty
He
much.
was like,
Yep.
he turns around and walks out of the room.
because he's
Like,
like, this
well-
is kind of my burden now too.
Dust my hands off that. I'm solved for today.
Well, this is where
You're
we
doing
get
great.
into kind of our final piece of the puzzle.
Uh-huh.
Is they decide to have another poker night?
Uh-huh.
No. They didn't decide. They literally look at each other and go, "Crap, what day is it?"
Oh, that's
was
right.
Wednesday.
It was
That's
Wednesday,
right,
which
that
was their poker night.
Yeah,
Right,
it was
right,
their
right. Go-
poker night.
Charlie, watch the movie.
Thank you, Pete.
Now,
I didn't
key
know I
element
needed
to
that as
this
a drop.
is they make the mother-in-law like applesauce like a drink,
Oh,
and
yeah. Ew.
when she is making the drink, she accidentally cuts her finger. A little, like the tiniest drop of blood falls into the drink. She stirs it without realizing it, and then gives it to the mother.
A la the werewolf movie we made Pete watch when the wife cut her finger at the very end.
Did we watch a werewolf movie?
There was
werewolf
no
slash
werewolf movie ever
vampire.
consumed on this
I
show.
don't remember a werewolf movie.
Uh-huh. But when the wife cuts her finger at the end and she's chopping up salad and looks at it and smiles and licks the blood off her finger.
That was a
I
weird
went,
fever dream that all three of us had at the
Interesting.
same
I-
time.
I think it's the Mandela effect or something here. I don't
I
know.
don't
Yeah,
think so, man.
definitely.
Mario Van Peebles is the shit.
He is, despite
Can't
what Dan
argue
says.
That's right.
Um,
Everybody go check out that episode. Pete loves it. I want that. I want that episode to be the most listened to episode of the
Ooh.
show. That's my
you
goal.
poor people.
I was a little drunk on that one. Oh my goodness.
But it's really important because now that small bit of blood is helping the mother be able to be a little bit more cognitive, especially with her facial expressions and
Yeah.
using her eyes to kind of communicate.
It doesn't
So
heal
now-
her. It
No.
gives
Doesn't
her
heal
the
her.
tiniest little bit of mobility in a finger.
In a finger. Right. That's important.
So during this poker night with the friends coming over, they're kind of on edge the whole time of like, we kind of get out, go. I don't want company tonight, you know?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they are realizing that the mother is being really active with how she is placing her tiles and using her finger to kind of communicate, but they can't quite figure out. So it turns into a game of charades,
Right.
basically, of them trying to figure out the letters that she is piecing together with her. How do you pronounce it, Pete?
Mahjong?
Mahjong?
Mahjong.
Yes.
Mahjong.
Mahjong pieces. Which ends up being KLD, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that
Yes.
sounds right. Or they
Which
were trying
is
to there was those
There
letters, and they were
those 3 letters
piecing
were
it together
there,
for
but
him.
not
Yeah.
in order.
yes,
Um,
and they come up with the word killed, and they're like killed, and when after she says that, she starts using her eyes to look at the picture of her son who
yes.
was drowned. And this causes a big problem because now you can tell that the priest and his
They're
girlfriend are very
they're
uncomfortable
they're
at
getting
this.
nervous. Yeah.
Yes, because the friends are starting to piece it together. Because hey, they're professional board game players essentially. Like this is something they kind of like live
They're
for.
smart folks, right?
Yeah, they're smart folks. They want to put this together, and they do. And hell ensues for figuring out this puzzle. Don't solve this hangman puzzle because it doesn't get you anywhere.
Well, there's that. It shows the tiniest little bit of them coming to a realization. But this is also a point where we find out that the, I forget her name, but the daughter-in-law, the one that's a vampire, is basically she's like, okay, cat's almost out of the bag. I'm done. Because they start locking up the house. She starts
Mhm.
closing curtains.
Yeah.
They're still kind of like, even the guy's kind of like, well, it's getting kind of late. It's time for me to go. And she is just in this, like, she's kind of sauntering around the kitchen, closing and then looking at them and moving and
And
just
the
doing all
priest
this.
starts to follow suit, like, oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess this is what we're doing.
He goes and
the
locks
jig is up.
doors, everything. It's like you're not getting out of here. So while they were almost, because all they had was KLD look at the sun, and they almost tried to play it off like, yes, he was killed. We know that, Mom. Thanks for reminding us. But it was just getting to this point of uncomfortableness, and she's probably hungry at
And
this
when it
point.
snaps, it snaps.
Yeah.
Because then Taiju decides, all right, enough is enough, and throat punches this man's
Oh,
entire neck into a rubber band.
oh man, that was so good.
Oh, I was not expecting it, and then like the practical effect of how his head like just bombs.
Just snapped right back, and his neck, you can see the bone crack. It's so good.
Yeah.
While these two are gushing over it, that happens, and Jackie goes, "That was cool," and I went, "He's Mr. Fantastic." That was ridiculous. I'm like, why would
He
you
got
not have?
the impact so hard.
You're so
Why would you
sour.
not have? Why would you not have decapitated him?
When did
That
we
was
put
the
Dan on the show?
perfect time for a head pop. It was the perfect time for a good shot of blood coming out. It doesn't even rip his neck skin. It just thump, and
I
it
kinda
was
dug it,
like
though, because
Stretch
it was so
Armstrong,
visceral.
and you grabbed his head and you put it up his butt. That's what it looked like. And I'm just
Oh,
like,
you're so mad. I love it.
I
This
am.
is this is
I-
so much fun.
I told you guys. I warned you ahead of time.
Oh, this is so wonderful.
Um, but it does continue on. So Nate, continue on
Oh,
with
man.
the attack.
Well, that's when the screaming ensues
Mhm.
and the guests start to run while getting chased. And are they getting bit the entire time?
Well, there's a lot
Uh,
going on, and
There's a
it's a lot going on.
She
It's
jumps
chaos.
on the one guy's back. He gets her off. He runs into the bathroom, which oddly is it. I don't know if it's cultural. Why is the bathroom the only one that has glass in the doors, like window looking things that were obscure?
don't
All
know.
the other bedroom doors had
Do not
nothing.
know.
The front door had nothing. Bathroom door, let's put obscure glass.
Oh,
Anyway,
I don't know. Good question.
yeah, a contractor, little things pick
Mhm.
up on it. So he locks himself in there, and we get the tug of war of door, and she eventually rips the door off the hinges. The priest is holding down the other girl because she's losing her mind trying to get away. And he's basically holding her down while the wife then jumps back onto the guy's back and goes to town chomping on him. And he
Mhm.
eventually just falls to the ground in the hallway. As she's drinking the blood on there, let's see, where does it go from there? She drags him somewhere. Is it the bathroom? She drags him into the
I think,
bathroom.
the hallway first.
No, they're
because
fighting in the
that's when-
hallway.
well, the priest makes the mention of like when she starts to suck on the blood, she's like, "There's no more blood coming out," and he's like, "You're gonna have to chop the ankles off and hang the bodies and
Right,
let
but
gravity do the rest."
I'm trying to get to the point where we think he is eating Evelyn and drinking her blood. because the wife comes out after drinking the blood from the husband of Evelyn, and she thinks that he killed the best friend, the girl. And then he goes into the bathroom with her and goes, basically, we've been extremely wasteful. We need to hang them up because there's no more heart. This is where I got the heartbeat thing. He tells her there's no heart pumping blood, but there's still a ton of blood in there. We can hang them up over the bathtub, cut their ankles, drain the blood out, and put them in resealable containers. I immediately yelled Tupperware, and it's going to stain it like tomato sauce. And then
True.
she's like, "Did you ate Evelyn?" And he just kind of nods because he covers her face with a coat as they walk past. So she never pays another attention to the girl after that.
This is chaos at this point.
It is
It's
chaos.
it's very
Yeah, it's
hard
kind of
to
like a
it's
lot
very hard
to
to describe
describe.
without having seen it. And yeah, people die, and
But you have to explain though that he fed on Evelyn.
yeah,
Quotation marks.
I suppose.
No, it's pertinent to what's about to happen.
Okay, all right.
It is. Okay, spoiler alert, he doesn't actually
He
feed
doesn't
on
actually,
her.
and she gets away.
She gets away, which means he hasn't fed in a while. And it keys in the girlfriend, the I don't know.
Taiju.
They acted that Taiju. Um, that did you not get your fill from Evelyn? And he just kind of side eyes her a little bit as they're making their escape now with the mother-in-law, which I thought was
Yeah,
very
that was a
odd.
weird addition to the getaway car. Is they did put mom in the backyard or the back seat,
Yeah.
Mrs. Ra, as
It's like
they're getting away.
they're leaving. Yeah. I
They're
was like,
leaving, going to wherever else they want to go.
they were going somewhere, and he starts getting the
EV
the
virus,
blisters, the
the
EV virus
Emmanuel.
again. And she the Taiju sees this and is like, you didn't get your fill from Evelyn, which then we get a cut back. Evelyn now gets up. That's
and
when we
leaves.
get the reveal that she never got bit. She runs out, obviously, to tell the cops and everything what happened. And then he drives to the lab where he originally got all this done because he needs to feed. This is where I want you guys to explain. Explain to Charlie why we needed this scene that's coming up.
Are you talking about the rape scene?
Yes. Yes.
You've already explained it to us.
Yes.
The reason he went there and did that is so that he didn't have followers anymore, because there were people still camped out outside of the monastery. I think it was a monastery. I don't think
It was a monastery / lab. It was both, I think.
Whatever it
But
was.
I think it was him trying to ruin his reputation.
Correct.
Before
That's
what was
100%
about
what
to
it
happen
was.
next.
He was trying to stop people from like you no longer have faith in me. I have egregiously offended you. This is exactly
In
what
the
I
worst
should not
possible
be
way I
doing in the
can.
worst possible way. You will lose
Yeah.
faith in me, and you will go on with your lives as such, and you will never search me out again.
You know what else does that? Killing the girl in front of everyone without the rape.
Fair. That's fair.
Very true.
That's fair. Eating her. Yeah.
Anything. Rip her head off, bite her neck, blood let her out. Just anything that would have been that, to me, that is just as offensive to someone that's a follower going, what you doing there,
Right.
Messiah?
Right.
It was like, if you want to be my follower, you got to kill people and drink their blood and their
You
life
gotta rip
force.
people's heads off as well.
Not open up the tent door, because even the girl hadn't even been bitten. She wasn't bleeding. She was in a compromised position. And I was like, that was totally unnecessary.
Yep.
And I knew it was, I am the worst of the worst. Do not follow me. But again, my brain, I went, I think killing someone does that too. And yes, that is bad, I guess, equally. But we're talking about a horror movie. We're expecting killing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's killing worse than raping. I don't know. I think they're both.
Well, one's permanent. So.
Right.
Yes, but the other one you permanently have to live with.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. Either
I've
one
never
would
been
have got
killed or raped. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Either one would have got the job done, and I feel like they should have aired to the killer.
The
Right.
less PTSD.
Yeah, because
Well-
then everyone could have been out of their tents. You know, it could have been like, I am here. He could have done the whole Loki thing. I am your Messiah. Grabbed that girl and ripped an arm off, ripped her finger off, and started drinking her blood. Anything would have horrified these people to a point of, we're not going to follow you anymore.
I don't think Messiah's really all that good to follow, maybe.
That's my point.
You need
But
to
anyway,
find a new-
and he still doesn't feed.
well, yeah,
No,
Because he
because
gets
at
up
this
and he
point,
runs
he's
off.
checked out. Like he did that to make a point, and then he gets back to the
he is
car
completely
to start
checked out.
driving.
He is
Yeah.
ready to.
He's got a new
uh,
mission statement.
Yeah, his new mission is to destroy himself and Taiju.
And Taiju, yeah.
So
He
he
has
gets
to take her with
after this encounter with the camp, he gets back in the car and he keeps driving. And they drive and drive and drive and drive almost until sunset. And Taiju falls asleep.
Sunrise.
I'm sorry, sunrise. They come to a cliff where it overlooks the ocean.
Mhm.
And Taiju wakes up and goes, "Holy shit, what are we doing out here? It's almost sunrise. What
Mhm.
have you done?" And this is where it gets, I don't know, emotional for me. This is really
Very.
really, I don't want to say touching, but like you're ending your life, you're ending her life. You have come to terms with your reality and your maker, and you are going to end it all. And it's
There's no coming back from what has just happened.
yeah, there's
No matter what, they're going to eventually get caught. And he's just making this decision for the both of them, which she is totally against when she does wake up and kind of realizes, wait a minute, we're literally in the middle of nowhere, overseeing a cliff that oversees the sea. And she is trying everything she can to like stay alive. Like she is trying to hide underneath the vehicle. She is trying to hide in the trunk. She puts him in the trunk with her, and he just uses his vampire powers to kick the trunk off and like let it
Okay.
just launch into the air.
These guys are selling it like it's this big, great, wow, oh my God moment. This
It
is when
is.
it went straight cartoon for
is.
me.
No, it is. Like this is heartbreaking. You're
This-
seeing one person
no.
accepting death and another person not wanting to die and still wanting to be together.
No, this guy, he pulls up, rips the key out of the ignition. It's broken off in, which I'm sorry, I got a pocket knife. I could have started that car in about 2 seconds.
with the key still in it.
Yeah, because that's why. The key's still in it. All you need
Okay.
to do is
Did
turn
they have
the
a pocket
ignition.
knife on them?
Yes.
Yeah, because they kept cutting wrists.
Okay.
They even have one earlier when he straightens out the corkscrew, which was
That
kind
was
of
awesome.
a weird. It was awesome and weird at the same time. But anyway, he rips the key out. She now goes into Yosemite Sam / Tasmanian Devil mode, runs around crazy, throws him in
'Cause
the
she
side of the
realizes
car.
her life is about to end and she doesn't want it to.
She's
That's
I
a
mean,
very
I get
fair
it.
reaction.
She's
There's
in
nowhere to hide.
survival mode, and she runs around to the other side. He's like mopey dopey, and he just lets her push him around wherever. So she pushes, because I'm sorry, he's over her by like 100 and some plus pounds, because she doesn't weigh nothing. Okay, in normal life, you're stronger than she is. If you both get vampire powers, your strength is now back to where it was if you were both normal around each other. She's not pushing him around. She throws him in the passenger seat. She runs around, gets into the other seat. They're like, she realizes she can't start the car. They pan the camera back at the mother-in-law, who is watching this whole thing happen. He's also still sitting there going, "Hur-dur-dur-dur-dur." She runs to the back, opens up the trunk, throws out the luggage with the cooler full of blood that comically splatters all over the floor, because guess
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
I love it.
We can't
Yes.
waste blood. Put it in a resealable canister. We're going to need it for later.
That's true.
She drags him back out of the car, shoves him in the trunk. She climbs in. He kicks the trunk lid off. She then looks at him with this, this like anime, I'm mad at you, storms off into the desert, grabs the trunk, puts herself back into it, slams the trunk back down on top of herself. He grabs it. They fight tug of war over this thing, and he eventually throws it out into the ocean and then sits down like, Then you see him do everything for the mother-in-law, get her all like kind of somewhat cleaned up, turn the radio on for her, put the car in gear and push it. And we're like, holy shit, is he going to push her into the ocean? No, we get an overhead shot of him walking over his, I'm calling her the wife, his own like girlfriend, who has dug a hole under the car so she can lay down.
Yeah.
And he walks over her, then goes and puts the car back in park and sits on the hood. This was the most Looney Tune ending to a movie I have
this was
ever seen.
desperation put on the film. This was, you know,
No,
a person accepting that they have to go. Like there is no place on earth.
He
for
may
the
be
two of these
trying to
creatures.
do.
It's not welcome.
He's trying to do the whole Dr. Frankenstein thing. I've created this monster. I must die and make sure this monster dies with me. He's like,
Yep.
I'm going to see
nailed
you
it.
when she goes, he goes, we'll see each other in hell. She goes, I don't believe in hell, so I'm not going. And then they sit there and pout. Because
No.
she looks around and goes, I have no, she pouts. She
You get
freaking
one of my favorite
pouts.
quotes in the entire movie of him looking at her and just says, I wanted to live with you forever and ever. Like, it is a touching, like, he does love her.
Bella says that too in Twilight.
This is not Twilight,
I made
you asshole.
sure that was in the trailer. I watched the movie. I knew what lines to put in.
I don't think you did.
The end of the trailer is
Because
the
you
same
get an
thing they say at the end.
touching ending that is so devastating and heartbreaking.
After he Captain America's the trunk out into the ocean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that way she can't use it to cover herself.
And then the camera keeps panning to Mom as she watches. I was waiting for Mom to smile.
It's even more brutal.
Watches
now
them.
she has to watch the two of them burn up to a crisp.
The PA in the background going, we took this from Blade 2 because that's exactly what
Now,
they do. They
this is
leave
so
everyone
much smarter
sitting
than
out
Blade.
in the sun and they get extra toasty marshmallowy and all their clothes burn except
Try
for
to let the damn
shoes.
action guy watch something with heart and he can't do it.
Their clothes are gone. All their clothes are gone on the hood. I watched. Their shoes are untouched, but the bone of her feet fall off because there's something about her having calloused feet that are healed, and she's walking a mile in his shoes because he turned her into a vampire. Charlie watched the movie. I understand everything about this, except I still know why did I watch this.
Because I picked the movie. I'm to blame.
Her putting on his shoes, so heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking nothing.
Yes. Her
so
putting on
good.
his shoes.
Have you ever heard
Incredible.
the phrase walk a mile in their shoes? Yeah, let's make her wear his shoes as a metaphor that
That's
because
not
she
the metaphor
wanted
at all. It's the
How
fact
is
that
it
in
not?
the middle of the night that he picked her up and gave her shoes because she was walking around in the middle
No,
of the night
no.
without shoes on.
No, I say it's a metaphor because
Well, then
he
you're wrong.
didn't initially want her to be a vampire. She literally had to walk in his shoes. And if she
No,
took a
it was the
different
same
path
shoes that he
than
gave
he
her
did.
to save her feet.
I know
when she
that
was
where
walking
the
in middle of
shoes
night.
come
It had
from.
nothing to do with that metaphor. It had everything to do with this was a person that cared for me.
No.
I'm so
No.
happy right now.
That's
good. I love you.
so
No.
happy.
Don't watch this movie, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm saying it now. I just don't. If you if you've already watched these type of movies, fine. When Pete recommends a J-horror or a Korean horror movie, I'm expecting a cat to fight an alien because that was the last movie he sent me,
Yeah,
and
that was
I
good.
actually enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was
When
good.
a cat jumped inside of a giant alien blob
Forgot
and
I sent that
destroyed
to
it
you.
from the. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that was good.
I loved it. It was just insane. And I was
Charlie
gonna
wasn't
say
ready
this.
for his heart to be broken. That's what it was.
My heart
He
was
wasn't ready
broken.
for it.
Watching my wife go, is this over yet? When will this end? And here's what I'm going to say. I was saving
My
this for
score
my.
keeps going up, baby.
Oh, we ain't even got to the scores yet, boys. I'm going to say, if you had wanted me to be entertained in this movie, then there should have been a decent amount of gore added into all of this, like, lovey-dovey, artsy bullshit that I had to sit through.
Okay. All right.
An arm should have come off. A head should have got
you
ripped
get
off.
Stretch
If
Armstrong
I'm
neck.
watching
It's
a
awesome.
J-horror, Korean horror movie, I expect that level of
Okay.
gore.
All right.
Okay, I need to breathe for a second.
All right. Loud and clear. I assure you, I give you my 100% guarantee that the next one will meet your expectations of batshit crazy.
Everybody tune in 2023 when we check out Pete's
That's
next
fine.
selection
That's fine.
on Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the
That is
podcast.
100% fine. Whenever you allow me, I will come up
Coming
with something.
soon, Charlie's going to have a new podcast called Give Me Back My Host, where he's trying to find new hosts.
Right. Nate and Pete have been fired. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm glad there is such a divisive opinion about this movie, because it makes it much more fun to talk about instead of gushing over it.
Which is all Pete and I would have done.
Oh my God, that's all we would have done.
All you have done. I'm the only sane voice in the house tonight, boys.
You're technically outvoted 2-3 right now.
Mhm.
This ain't a democracy. This is Charlie's show.
This is Charlie's show.
Yeah, this feels
I'm
like
pulling
fair.
a
That's
Charlie
right.
Tater
I'm
ship.
pulling a Pete like he does on Good
Yeah, yeah.
Beer.
Yep.
I've heard him say it.
This is
All right,
my
guys.
show, bitches. We're
let's-
going long. Let's wrap this thing up.
Let's
we should
rain,
wrap this up.
let's raining blood this thing. All right, everybody. Raining blood for the 2009 movie The Thirst, the hit sensation out of Korea,
It was.
was one death, and it was my freaking soul in this movie. It was.
There's
gone.
way
It's
more
dead.
deaths.
What are you talking about? One death.
My soul.
Oh,
My
okay.
soul died.
Okay,
that's the one.
That's the bit.
That's the
Okay.
one.
That's the bit. Thanks for stepping on the bit, guys. You're all
Sorry.
fired.
Do it again.
now.
Do it
You
again.
stepped on our
No.
feelings.
Nope, we're just going with
All
it
right,
like it
fair.
is now. We're riding this wave. Like you guys didn't look it up. I tried. I could not find anyone that bothered to do a body count for this movie. And as I was refused to go back and rewatch it, it's extremely low though, because we have the party, which is not counting the one woman. 2 people die at the party. We have the victim that she kills, that overly happily with the scissors, the priest that he stabs in the heart and drinks his blood. They both die then again at the end, and I'm pretty sure those are the actually only people that actually are.
Yeah.
And the son, 7 people actually die in this movie.
Oh, there's that random carjacking that she.
That was the
kills.
guy she did with the
Yeah.
scissors. Yeah.
Oh,
but
right.
I counted him.
Right. Good.
Well, I mean, you pulled that one out pretty quickly. I'm
That's pretty
impressed.
good. That's pretty
Thank
good.
you,
Yeah.
because I watched the movie.
You watched the movie.
No, I'm gonna say just on memory 7, because I'm not counting the 50 people that they kept talking about dying.
7's got to be close.
Yeah, and he doesn't kill anyone at the camp. You know, I would have thought
Right,
maybe
right.
at least killed the girl. No one else
Mhm.
dies from there. No one at the hospital, because the doctor. 8 people died that he
Mhm.
fed her
Right.
in the room. So raining blood of 8. We're running long. Let's rate this bad boy.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
I'm going last, boys.
I feel like you should go first.
I'm going last. I'm going last. Pete, you brought this to the table.
Yes,
You
sir.
tell us.
I'm gonna go 4.5. Or wait, no, we're on a scale of 10. I
Scale
screwed that
10.
up again. Right. This is a solid 8. I love this movie. I think it's got a lot to say, and I think it is wonderful. Please go see this movie. It is a long movie. It is all subtitled.
Worth your time.
I think there are a lot of layers to peel back from this onion.
You'll
and
cry.
Please go see this movie. It's wonderful.
Nate, let's get this thing done. Rate this bad boy.
Mine is an 8.5.
Ooh.
I was pleasantly surprised by what this film gave.
The
I
demon
could not
humping put you
believe-
over by half. Didn't it?
It did, yeah.
The demon hump
No
is
other
great.
movie will give me a demon hump. So that definitely gets you a 0.5 right there.
Yeah.
Nah, this movie's gorgeous. I could not believe how good it was. I can't wait to watch it again. It's going to be a little while till I dive back into it. But yeah, like Pete said, I cannot recommend this.
Nate's
enough.
holding out
There
for
is
that
a lot of
director's
layers.
cut. Yeah,
It's
the
incredible.
dad's
I really
If
want
we
to
can
see
ever
director's
find
cut.
that, Nate and I are
Yeah.
gonna have a party, baby. We'll get on a
Exactly.
Discord or something. And we'll
I had
show it to
a
everyone.
lovely evening with Pete, eating dinner, petting his dogs, and getting to watch this.
Yeah.
It was
You
fantastic.
had
It's what I
okonomiyaki.
needed in my life right now. So, yes, 8.5 from me.
My turn.
1.
I
I'm gonna give
only
this a 2.
I only audibly exclaimed at this movie at one point in this movie. Oh, and I'm not talking about me cussing this movie. I meant as a moment of whoa, that kind of noise came out of my mouth was, and we didn't talk about it. She's trying to run away when they're both vampires, and he grabs her ankle
Oh, that was so
and
good.
Oh, yeah.
flings her down the alley, yet her head catches the edge of the neighboring building with this incredible thunk and crack. And she's still alive. Obviously, she's still a vampire. She's still alive. And then he drops her. That is the only time I exclaimed in joy, like, oh, that was awesome. And I love that.
It was brutal.
Having said that, that was really the only thing I particularly cared about this movie. And as the last episode was Sludge, which I'm sorry, everybody, this is now 3 in a row for Charlie that have been non-winners in my book.
Good. We're breaking him in 2022.
And I went on record last episode saying that I feel like the Dan 2 is the absolute worst ranking, and that it's even worse than a 1 because it's a Dan 2. I have now created a new standard that is lower. I give this no ranking. I give this no score,
ouch,
no
man.
points.
Yeah.
Not even a 0, because 0 is a number. This is less than nothing. This is less than 0. I am giving this no rating. None whatsoever.
Really?
I am
brutal.
not
This is
rating
uncalled
this
for.
movie. It is non-rate.
It's a
Nothing. No,
non-rated- is that a
non.
word?
I'm glad we broke you, though.
Non
And I can't wait
machete.
for other people to chime in who have seen this and be like, Charlie's wrong.
I'm sure the two of them will have a lot to say.
We're going to lose more people because they'll be like, Charlie likes a terrible movie called From Paris with Love, but hates thirst.
That yet you still gave it a 5. You didn't give it a nothing vote. You gave it half of 10, which is a 50%. That's a pass. I am giving this
not on the
a
American
nothing.
grade system. It has to be a 64.
That was in Paris. It's French. It's 50. It's a pass. But
okay, that's fair. You got me there.
Suck it, suckers. No, I
Roll
nothing.
credits.
We're done.
Roll credits. That's all right. No, I like this. You like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. And I'm okay. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. You're kind of wrong. But I'm not going to say you're wrong,
He is wrong.
to your face in person.
I was like, we're on video. Of course it's to my face.
Why? Well, that just blew that out of the water.
It's fine. I do a show with Dan. Trust me. This is nothing to me.
No, this is a very artful film, and it might not get to some people with, half.
I need that Princess Dire or the Princess Bride thing. You keep using this word, and I don't think you understand what it means. It's a very artful film. I do not think that means what you think it means. I didn't have enough room for all the drops I had in mind. I had one from A Bug's Life where they go, "You're fired." That was my plan for the two of you.
If we're both fired, then it's your turn, Charlie.
Yeah.
Pick a movie.
Oh, I have already picked the next movie. I already have the next co-host. He is confirmed today. So we will have.
I have been fired.
You have been fired. I'm sorry.
You've been fired every other episode, Pete.
Fair. That's okay. That's fair.
But we did talk about we do have some. We're gonna have rotating hosts. Sludge filled in because everyone bailed on Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Rightfully
everyone
so.
had a brain.
But no, we're going to have another special guest on the show for next time. And yes, I have selected the movie. Nate knows what it is. Nate agreed with me.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a cool choice.
Yes, I'm excited.
So, all right, everybody, this has run a little bit long. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Pete's Pick of the Week. This is the Pete episode
on my shoulders, huh?
Every bit of it, bud. Every bit of social media promo. This is the Pete special.
Yes.
But Yeah, and if you want to see those promos, check us out over at the Give Me Back My Horror Movies Facebook group, Give Me Back My Horror Movies Instagram page. We also have the Give Me Back My Action Facebook and Instagram. If you want to email us about never, ever, ever pick one of these movies again, it is gmdmampod@gmail.com. If you're in favor of it, it's pete.com. It's weird that he just has that as his email. It worked. He got it early.
I
so
had
it was fine.
email early. Yeah.
Really early. He got in on the ground floor on that one. Want to just thank everybody for checking it out. Check out all our new shows over on the network. We have the Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling. I know you hear me. Sorry, Flynn, I'm getting better at this. I know you hear me with Flynn Hendricks. Tales from the Haunt with Flynn Hendricks and Just Jeff. What do I call Nate? Now Nate. That's what we do. Now Nate. And that's how I'm going to key you in on all the next episodes from now on. But just stay tuned in. We have all kinds of stuff going on, bringing on new stuff. We just had a big interview episode. I hope everybody checked it out. We had Joshua Milrad from Beastmaster come on.
I want his pinball machines.
He was a treat. He is awesome. So I want everyone to go check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Quick, simple. Thank you, everyone. Tune in 2 weeks to hear the next horror. Tune in next week for the next action. And as we close out tonight with a very broken Charlie, Nate, Pete, Pete, thank you so much. You want to plug the show real quick? Plug the show.
You're thanking me?
I am. Take it while I'm giving it.
Yeah, come over and check us out. We're on the network at Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. We do a show once a month. So come check us out. Easy peasy.
Next time, keep the bad movie on your show, Pete. Nate. I was waiting for that. Nate, you got anything to add, brother?
This movie gets 0 beers out of 6. It's perfect.
0 beers.
You don't need beer to enjoy this.
No, baby. No.
I need a keg. Nate, get us out of here with the good word.
Go to hell, Charlie.
Hail to the king, baby.
This movie killed me. Hold on.
Go get.
I've never seen this happen before.
This is so much fun. We broke Charlie. We broke Charlie. We broke Charlie. We broke Charlie.